I'm a big movie buff, so like I draw a lot of my like knowledge from for dating from movies and stuff like Pretty Woman, like what I want a man to do or how I want to feel. I draw that from movies because that's what I do. I'm like I said, I'm very chill, so I like stay home and watch movies a lot, and that's like I say, that's where I draw a lot of my inspiration or anything from is a movie. So
I love that because
yeah,
there are hardly any. There are no movies that are coming out that are just kind of love stories. Like,
exactly. You got to
yeah,
go
I
back
mean,
to the
I know you got
classics.
the
You
fact that you're
gotta
talking
go
about Pretty Woman and the proposal.
Pretty Woman.
Yeah, those. I mean, there was. Yeah, it's.
That's like one of my favorites. Like I want to be like Julia Roberts
Yeah,
and
love her.
get swept away by some rich guy. I mean, not necessarily he has to be rich, but I want to be swept away.
Yeah.
Like she did. Like, so
Yeah.
I want to feel like she did. I want this guy to come in his limousine to my broken down apartment and want me for just me.
Yeah.
Like I don't have to have nothing. He just want me for me. So that's kind of how I am now. So yeah.
And you're saying that was that when you say now, is that different from who you were before?
Yeah. Because before I was just settling for anything or just anyone who gave me attention or just like even the reason I was in my relationship for a long time because I'm gonna use the word again, comfortable. I was comfortable. So I would say the word comfortable could be good and bad.
Yeah, absolutely.
So like
Absolutely a
in
lot
that
of-
relationship I got too comfortable.
Okay.
And we were doing the same thing every day and I felt like I wasn't elevating, and if I didn't leave I would have just stayed for maybe like another 10 years. So I want someone to like make me feel comfortable again, but comfortable as in like it will help me move forward, if that makes sense.
No, it does. You're talking about growth,
Growth.
about, being with someone who wants the same things. And I think what you're saying is it would have been easier to kind of just stay. It sounds like you guys cared about each other, but the relationship wasn't progressing. You weren't growing as a person. The relationship wasn't growing. And so then, God, it takes a lot of courage to leave something like that.
And it was hard because I'm the type of person that I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. So that's pretty much another reason why I stayed in a relationship. Because,
Right.
if I leave, what is he going to do? Or what am I going to do? So I feel like it's better if we just stay together. But if I didn't, we'll just be stuck in that same little cycle we were in before.
Yeah.
Doing the same thing, coming home, going to work, and that's about it. Like I watch soap operas, so like coming home watching General Hospital every day at the same time, going to bed, and it was good, but then it got tiring. I was like, I'm not progressing, even because it showed him like my makeup career. Like I didn't want to do certain clients because I was like, okay, I'm tired. I don't want to do that. But now I'm like hungry. I'm hungry for the hustle. Literally, like right when I ended that relationship, I got more makeup jobs. I felt more, like I said, hungry for like the hustle, and I'm looking for somebody who can charge that.
Who wants to be along with it in the hustle with you?
Yeah, I want somebody who's gonna be in it with me and who can help elevate me too.
Yeah.
So yeah. So in like my friend Deanna, that's what she says. This is my new chapter. She says this is my new chapter because I've been in a relationship for so long, and this is the new part of me. And I literally felt that like when I got my new place, my first place by myself.
Oh wow, what was that like?
It was hard because like I've been with this guy since I was 19. So, and when we got together, I moved right in. So I've been living with
You
people.
almost sound like lesbians.
Yeah, yeah,
It's a joke. I
yeah.
see a lot of ladies. And it's like, what's the first date
Yeah.
for a lesbian? It's like a movie fan.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. So, like, this is my first place by myself, and like my first week there, I couldn't sleep. Like, I'm so used to sleeping with somebody in the bed with me. I didn't sleep for like 3 days. I would go to work tired and come home, and maybe I'll take a nap, but at the end of the night, I couldn't sleep.
yeah, I don't sleep well when my husband's out of
Yeah,
town. I don't.
exactly.
You get so used to sleeping with someone, and it feels very comfortable. I like
Exactly.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then I had to realize, like, I need to learn how to be independent on my own. Because that was the thing. I never was independent on my own. I was always relying on this older guy
Right.
to take care of me and all that stuff. Not saying he was taking care of me. It was just,
I know what you're saying. I think you're talking about kind of being there for you, even if it wasn't all of what you needed. He was there, and that was enough sometimes to kind of keep you in the relationship.
yeah. So I had to learn how to be independent on my own, learn how to survive on my own.
Yeah.
So then after a while, I would just go to bed at like maybe 3 in the morning, and now I'm going to bed at like 10 o'clock, like, cause I'll be like so tired now. Now I feel like I'm like at a normal kind of balance.
Yeah, I think what I like that's really different for some of the people that we've interviewed is you're really coming out of a long-term relationship and kind of what that's like. And now it really does feel like he's got a much clearer sort of vision of what kind of relationship, but also who you were at 19 is very different from who you are in your 30s. I mean, it's vastly different. And so part of this, it's almost like one, you kind of grew up with your partner, but started realizing that the life that you kind of created, the two of you, wasn't really the life that you wanted to continue to live. And so, yeah, definitely, it takes a lot of courage to say, okay, I'm willing to be uncomfortable, right?
That's what it was. That's
Yeah.
literally what it was. Cause when I moved into my place, I was so uncomfortable. It was weird. Literally, like my first week in my new place, I felt it was always in the back of my mind. Cause my ex, his name was Carl. So I would always say, that, okay, when I would think about eating, I would be like, okay, so what Carl want to eat? Or if I would hear a car pull up outside, I'd be like, okay, that's Carl. And then I would think, oh shoot, we broke up.
Yeah.
That was my mindset for a long time. Is
Was it?
thinking about somebody else instead of thinking about me.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, like I was literally thinking about like I say, when I was thinking about food, I would be like, okay, what I want to eat, but what Carl go eat? Or like I say, if I would hear that car pull up outside, okay, that's Carl. What I'm gonna have ready for dinner? Now it's like, what I'm gonna eat, what I feel like eating, or what
Is
time.
it liberating? Like, what does it
It
feel
kind of
like?
is, because before I would have like, if I wasn't working, say for instance if I was off, I'll be like, I'll take something out early in the morning, like to cook and stuff. And now it's like, I don't think about eating until like maybe 9, 10 o'clock, and I'm like, what I'm gonna eat at 10 o'clock at night? And we got a pizza place right down the street from my house that closed at midnight. I'll be like, okay, it's like 11 o'clock, so I got time to run down the street and get a pizza. But before, I would do that early, and I'm thinking about what he's gonna eat first.
Right.
So, but now I gotta worry about me. That's what it is.
It's kind of, and it sounds like worrying about you, it feels good at this time.
It does.
Yeah.
Cause I'm a Cancer. I'm always thinking about other people first, but it's weird kind of trying to think about me. So I'm trying to get used to
I've got a
that.
Cancer rising, so
Yeah.
Cancers are very sensitive. It's and thinking about other people, I think is a good thing. Do you feel that the detriment was because you were more focused on Carl at times than you were on yourself?
Yeah. I felt like in the beginning, I felt like it was just more so me with an older guy. But then as I got more so in my late 20s, it was more so us. And then once I became like 30, it became more so like, okay, am I more so a hindrance?
Really?
Yeah,
A
because
hindrance?
like we only had one car, so he would have to pick me up, or because when we moved to Atlanta, he wanted to be an actor, and I wanted to take my makeup career to the next level. So he would be like, "Oh, I'm not going on acting jobs because I got to pick you up from work and stuff." So I got into this mindset was like, "Dang." He can't do a lot of stuff he want to do because he worried about me, and I can't do a lot of stuff because I'm worried about him.
Well, gosh, that doesn't it doesn't sound awful, and yet you're saying that in the long run, it doesn't sound like the relationship was good for either one of you.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so when you two broke up, did it feel, were you both, I guess, what's it like to dissolve a 16-year relationship? Do both parties need to be in agreement on that?
And that's exactly what it was. We both agreed to do it. Like because he had a friend who was with an older guy, pretty much the same amount. We're like 9 years apart, and his friends were like 10 years apart. So and they got together when they were young, and then they broke up, and one person ended badly. So he figured like, okay, if we break up, we would end up like them. So that was always in the back of my head too. So like if we were to break up, would I end up like this person and be very bad? And so that was another reason why I didn't end it. Once I turned 30, because he ended it when he turned 30. So I just got out of that mindset, was like stop worrying about like how they ended and worry about us. And we both agreed like, look, we fell out of love, and I feel like I'm not being fully myself.
Yeah, you're
So
not growing the way you wanted
I'm not
to.
growing the way I wanted. And I felt like if I wouldn't have left when I left, I would have stayed for another 10 years.
Yeah.
And been like, I don't want to say I was unhappy, but been unhappy. So yeah.
Well, again, because you weren't reaching your potential. And so I got to ask you this question. In terms of dating, so now that you're dating, are you encouraged or discouraged?
I would probably say I'm also encouraged. Because like I said, I just asked somebody out for the first time the other day, and it was hard, but it felt good at the same time.
I like that.
So yeah.
Got out of your comfort zone.
I really did.